You ready? You ready? Oh, he's got it. All right. Drop. Yes, good boy. So today we're going to teach our dogs how to drop on cue. So teaching your dog to drop is super important if we ever want to have any play. If you ever want to play tug with your dog or play ball with your dog, we need to have that release word. We need to be able to teach them that we play until we say drop. And by the way, when you're playing with your dogs, they are allowed to win. So you can let them win and take the prize and go off, just as long as you didn't ask for that drop first. So when we're playing at the end of the game, Dexter may keep the toy. I may be tugging, and then I drop it and I say, good job, we're all done. And then he runs off with the toy and he won the nice prize. Other days, we might be playing and playing. I ask for the drop. I get the toy back, I tell him how smart he is, and then maybe I put the toy back in his basket. Teaching your dog a really good drop could potentially save his life. If you're out going for a walk and he grabs something on the ground and goes to eat it and puts it in his mouth, we need to toss in a quick drop to have him release that item. We don't know what it is. It could be a piece of garbage, it could be a piece of moldy food, it could be something that's sharp and could cut his intestines, so we need to have a nice, reliable drop. So teaching your dog how to drop on cue can be really challenging if you don't set them up for success. Meaning we have to think about it from your dog's perspective. If you have a lot of things laying around your house and your dog's still in that investigating stage where he picks up the remote control and runs off with it, or he grabs your shoes and runs off to go chew on them, and then you're constantly trying to get that item back, what he's learning is when he has something, we're going to chase him and we're going to take it away. What I like to do is I like to teach dogs that when they drop something, it's rewarding for them. They drop the item, they're going to get a reward, and they're going to get the item back. That's how I teach it. That way, if he does grab the shoe and I ask for a drop, in his little head, he's going to go, oh, drop is really good. This is when mom or dad ask me to drop it, they give me a reward, and then I get the item back. Granted, he's probably not going to get the shoe back, but you're still going to be able to get that nice drop, get your shoe back, and then direct your dog to something more appropriate. If your dog's getting a lot of stolen items like their shoes or the remote control, we want to look back at our management. We want to prevent our dog from getting all these things right now while he's still in that stage. Prevention is key. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get our dog really engaged in a toy. And I like to use soft tug ropes made out of fleece versus made out of rope because it's a little easier on their teeth. Are you ready? And if you are tugging with your dog, you want to make sure that they get to move their top half, that you're not holding it back. Because holding it back and getting that tension could actually cause injury. So as you see, when he does that, I let my hand kind of go with him. So once they got the toy and they're a little engaged, what you're going to do is you're going to get that high value reward and you're going to go right up to their nose. At the beginning stages, I actually don't say a word, just in case the treat's not good enough. So I'm going to go right to his nose. Yes. And as soon as he lets go of the toy, I say yes, which tells him he's done it correctly and that the reward is following. Good job. So we'll try it again. Get it. Good job. Get it. Good boy. And again, I'm going to go right to his nose. That's a good boy. Yes, good job. Very nice. And he did try to get both in his mouth, so I didn't give him the treat until he was able to actually let go of the tug. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. So what's next? We're going to go right to that nose again. Good job. Yes, good job. When I see the dog actually dropping it quickly, that's when I'm going to tell him what it is that he's doing. Ready? Good job. Whoops. That's a good boy. So my word is drop. Ready? Drop. Yes, good boy. We don't want to say the word again. We don't want it to be drop, 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 drop. So once I say that drop, I just wait for it to happen. Good boy. So the reward for him is once I've said drop, he gets his treat, but then he gets to go back and play the game. So it's a total win for him. Why would he not drop it? He drops it, he gets food, and then he gets to play. So here we go. A little tug. Oh, that's a good boy. Good. Oh, good job. And then right to his nose. Drop. Yes, good boy. Good job. Very nice job. Once they're doing really well, then you can make it a little harder, kind of like what we are right here, is we're kind of tugging it along that drop. By having the toy move, it makes it more difficult. That's a good boy. That's it. Drop. Yes, good boy. And we'll just wait for that drop to happen on its own. I'm not going to tug when he doesn't drop, and I'm not going to tell him again, drop, 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 drop. The toy just stays stationary, and it gets really boring. And then when he does, the food, and then again, then we're going to play again. Good job. Very nice. So drop. Yes, good boy. And then again, we get to play. For some dogs, the drop and play by itself is all you need. So instead of needing the food, the reward can be, I get the toy again, which is actually how Dexter and I play. In the very beginning stages, he was taught that dropping it means he's going to get food and then the toy, just like we're doing here. But then eventually, he likes to play so much that drop it just meant then he gets an opportunity to play that game again. Because especially with tug or fetch, it's not as fun playing without you. So by him dropping it, that's the reward that we get to play again. Very nice job. Good job. If your dog has the toy in his mouth and you ask for drop and he doesn't do it, then what we need to do is we need to increase the value of the food. So you need to find something that's exciting enough that even when he has that toy in his mouth that he's willing to let go of it. So, all right, I'll go ahead and let go of the toy because you have a piece of beef. I'll go ahead and let go of the toy because you have chicken. You know, whatever that value is. Everything always goes down to that value system. If you're still using what you think of as a really high value treat and they still won't drop, then we want to decrease the value of the toy because this is trumping your food treat. So we need to make this not so exciting. So pick one of his less exciting toys. So another way we can teach drop is with two similar items. So we can get rid of the food altogether if our dog likes something like chewed balls. So Dexter's going to actually wear his snoot again because as you can see from playing with that tug rope, he eats his ears a lot. So again, I forgot to put on the snoot during this demo. Usually he wears a snoot to keep those ears out. So teaching your dog to drop with two items, the first thing that we have to do is make sure that they're the same type of items. Because if he has one toy and you're trying to get him to drop it with another toy, he might think this toy is much better than this toy. So he's going to hang on to this toy. If, on the other hand, they have the same value, then we're more likely to be able to get him to drop this one for this one. So we'll see. Are you ready? And again, at the beginning stages, no words. So I don't want to say drop until my dog's readily doing that. So let's go. So we're going to get it. And Dexter likes to talk during this, so you might hear him grumble. You ready? Get set. Go, 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 go. As your dog goes to get that toy, we're going to bring the second toy and show him how exciting it is. Okay, Dexter. Look what I got. That's it. That's it. And I'm just going to wait for him to drop it off. Yes, a good boy. Go, 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 go. All on his own. As soon as he drops that first toy, I'm going to throw that second toy. So that's how I get the drop. For some dogs, especially at the beginning stage, they might be hanging on to that ball and hanging on. You're going to take the other ball that you have, just kind of make it exciting. Kind of toss it in the air, maybe go like this. They may even come back with their mouth like, I can get both in my mouth. I can get both of them in there. Just hang on to it and just wait. Wait for them to go ahead and drop that. As soon as they drop this, don't reach for the one they dropped. Toss this one instead. So they drop this one and you toss that one. Are you ready? We lost the other ball, so I'm going to have to go get the other ball. So I have the first ball and I have the second ball. So you ready? Go get it! Go, go! Good job. When he comes back, I'm going to show him this one. You ready? He's trying to get it. The balls are actually a little big for Dexter, so he actually has a hard time getting them. Okay, Dexter, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Good job. When he comes back, good boy. Can you get it? Yes, good job. And then you toss it. So this one's actually holding a little bit more value to Dexter as you see him coming back without the ball, because this one's actually busted a little bit. So it has a little bit of a crunch going on. So again, there's that value system. He thinks it's more exciting to hang on to this ball rather than play with that other ball. So if Dexter were learning this, I'd get rid of this exciting ball and get another one not so exciting. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the not so exciting ball, and I have the exciting ball when he returns. Are you ready? Go get it. Good job. So again, he's going to want this ball. That's it. That's it. Look what I got. Yay! Go, go, go. So as he came back, he dropped it before he got to me. They don't have to bring it to your hand right away. We just want to get them to do that drop. Once they're readily doing that drop, we're going to add our word again. So when you know your dog's coming back towards you and you have that second ball and they're going to drop that first one, that's when I tell them what they're doing. So they come back, I have this one, I say drop, wait for them to do it. When they do, I toss this. So as soon as they drop that ball, boom, the next one goes. So hopefully you'll find these tips helpful, and if you're having any problems, the two things you want to think about is the value of the item in their mouth and the value of the reward. If the reward can't trump this item, your drop's not going to happen. So if you're not being success, increase the value of the reward, decrease the value of the toy. And if you have any problems or any questions, don't forget to ask me in the forum.